9 jurors now seated in the Derek Chauvin murder trial, the former Minneapolis police officer charged with killing George Floyd. Today, Chauvin's attorney asked the judge whether jurors can hear evidence about a Floyd arrest from 2019. Prosecutors say the defense is trying to smear Floyd's character. NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster joining me now from Minneapolis. Shaq, what happened today when the defense asked if jurors can hear about prior incidents involving George Floyd?
Allison, every morning in the courtroom, you see the judge take motions from both sides. And that was they spent the first hour of the trial doing that. And that's what we saw earlier today. And this really boils down to a 2019 arrest of Mr. Floyd. The defense has been trying to introduce this into the evidence record. The judge has rejected that request. Essentially, they're saying that his arrest in 2019 followed a similar fact pattern to what happened on the day he died, in the sense that police approached him, that they say he then allegedly tried to ingest some drugs, and then as he was being questioned by officers, he started to have an overdose and was then hospitalized. That's what happened in 2019. The judge said that's not relevant because the officers at the time were not aware of that situation. They didn't know what was going on with that. But now the defense attorneys are saying they have found additional evidence. They say that they found a chewed up pill in the back of one of the police cars when they went back in January to investigate that. And they're asking the judge to reconsider that evidence so that they can reconsider the motion to introduce that 2019 arrest. So I know it's a lot there. It gets a little bit into the weeds, but bottom line, judge says he's going to take this under advisement. He's going to consider it, and this is a decision he'll make later on. But he's going back to it goes back to that 2019 arrest and whether or not that evidence will be submitted in the trial when the jury is finally assembled. Allison.
Shaq, it may get into the weeds a little bit, but you did a great job explaining it for us. Very clear. Let me ask you a couple of other things here. The defense also wants to delay this trial and change its location because of the city's $27 million settlement with the Floyd family. And the 9 jurors already seated now have to come back for additional questioning. What's the latest on both of those issues?
That's right. It goes back to that $27 million settlement that continues to now loom over this trial. We're continuing to hear arguments and complaints from the defense to the judge about the impact of that settlement on the potential jurors and those jurors that were seated before the announcement. That announcement came on Friday. There were 7 jurors at the time that were seated. Well, the judge announced today that tomorrow morning we will see those 7 jurors come back via Zoom, and he will ask them about their knowledge of that settlement and whether or not their knowledge of any knowledge that they potentially have of that settlement, whether or not that will impact their ability to be impartial jurors in this case. I'll tell you that since the announcement of that settlement, we've seen about 3 jurors mention that they've heard the settlement. 1 juror was dismissed because she said that she couldn't put aside the preconceived notion that she had about that settlement. So you're seeing this play in that civil settlement play in the criminal trial. Allison.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.